Oh no. Hi guys on YouTube. I don't know if this thing is properly aligned on YouTube. Please let me know. Can you see me properly or am I tilted? Hello everybody, good evening. Good evening Instagram. Please tell me if you can see me. Um, Tell me where you're watching from. I always like to know where my audience is watching from. On YouTube, can you see me? If you can see me on YouTube, please tell me. Your forehead is cut off. Okay. What about now, Cecilia? Okay, Olufunke Olushola can see me. Please tell me where you're watching from. Thank you, Omakin for Larry. Thank you so much. Please tell me where you're watching from. Tell me. Welcome to my Instagram live. I know that I have new followers on Instagram. Please tell me where are you watching from. Push it back again. It's going to fall down. This is the highest I can push it. Cecilia, I think it should be okay. Okay, she said perfect. Thank you, Cecilia. Okay, Jamie baby is watching from Abuja. Thank you so much. Olufunke Olushola is watching from Ibadan or your state. Thank you. Omwakin Folari is watching from Lagos. Thank you so much. I like that name, Omwakin Folari. Wow. See, full and deep Yoruba name. Who else? Who else? Tell me Instagram. I know I have new followers now on Instagram and on YouTube too. Okay, Destiny Chevix is watching from Lagos. Thank you, Destiny, for joining. Who else? Who else? Who else? Tell me. Where are my regular live people? Okay, Cecilia is watching from Namibia on YouTube. Thank you, Cecilia, for always joining on YouTube every Thursday. Instagram, who tell me where you're watching from. I always like to know. Okay, Praises Growth Journey is watching from Port Harcourt. Thank you, Praises. Thank you so much. Just in case you see my face going up and down, I'm streaming from two devices on two platforms. You get so I'm streaming on Instagram and on YouTube. So hi Instagram. Who else? Who else? Tell me where you're watching from. I always like to know where my audiences are watching from so that I can know how to address you. Yes, Instagram. Tell me where are you watching from. YouTube, I have Cecilia from Namibia. Thank you, Cecilia. Okay, Damilola official is watching on Instagram from South Africa. Thank you, Damilola. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Thank you so much for joining. So, in case you just started following me, my name is Lara Kudaisi Don Momo, popularly known as Coach Lara. You know, Steve is watching from Lagos. Thank you for joining. Thank you. TIGF, TGIF, TIGF is watching. Is good evening, TI. Where are you watching from? Let me know. So my name is Lara Kudaisi Don Momo, popularly known as Coach Lara. I am a mind and strategy coach. I am a cognitive behavioral therapist. I'm a mind and strategy coach. I help individuals and organizations get clarity. I also help you create winning strategies and efficient systems for real results. All right, that is what I do. So if you want to learn more about business, how to transition, okay, TIGF is watching from France. Thank you so much for for joining me, TI. So if you want to learn about, how to have a significant mind shift, if you want to learn about strategies for your life and your business or your profession, your career, if you want to learn about building systems for your business, then you're in the right place. I focus mainly on these three things: mind shift, strategy, and systems, for your life, career, and business. So tonight we're going into the topic of the day, which is why you still feel stuck in life. A lot of people, that I've spoken to recently, and a lot of people that I know, and I'm sure also on social media, if you go on blogs, if you see, a lot of people still feel stuck. It's 2025, it's May, it's before you know it now, we'll be saying happy half year by June ending, and then some people will start thinking, what have I done? My first half is gone, and all of that. And some people are really working hard. They are putting in a lot of effort, they're doing a lot of stuff, but they still feel stuck. So I want to share some things with you about it tonight. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to stop me, and and I will answer your question. By the way, before I go into tonight's conversation, I have a new book out. It's called Becoming a Powerhouse. It helps you go from the ordinary, if you want to become a person of influence, you want to make more money, you want to be great in life, you want to have a platform, you want to lead movements, you want to build an audience, please buy that book. It's on pre-order for now. It's coming out on June 2nd, but the pre-order price is 20,000 naira or $15. Yes. When it comes out on June 2nd, it will go to 30,000 naira and $20, I think. Okay, and you can get it you can pre-order on Amazon or, the link in the bio. Okay, thank you. Tatiana is on YouTube, is watching from Maryland. Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you so much for joining. So when you say Maryland, is it Maryland, America, or Maryland, Lagos, Tatiana? Because there's Maryland in Lagos and there's Maryland in America. I just want to know where my audience are watching from. Okay, so if you feel stuck in your life, what does it mean? What does it mean? Sometimes, a lot of times, feeling stuck does not mean, okay, Tatiana is watching from America. Thank you, Tatiana, for joining. Feeling stuck does not mean failure. Sometimes, it's a transition. I'm telling you, sometimes when you feel stuck, it's not a bad thing. It's time for a transition. It's time for an identity shift. But you're probably still stuck in your old identity. You're probably still stuck in your old mindset, your old reality. But it's time for you to move. It's time for you to go to your next level, So, and that could be why you are in between. You don't know, which one should I do, which one should I not do? You're confused, or you just don't know. So if you feel stuck, it doesn't mean failure. Sometimes it means transition. You need to transition into something new. I remember, there was a time in my life, so if you're just following me, I used to, okay, let me just start from the beginning. There was a time that I started as a I talked about a lot about relationship. I was a relationship counselor at the time. That was from 2012. I went to share my story on Facebook, so I started blogging. I actually started with blogging. I used to have a blog then called shatteredglass.ng, yes, .org at the time. So I blogged about relationships, I blogged about my life, lessons I learned in my life and all of that. Then I evolved into being a relationship counselor and all of that. Then after a while, I saw that there was a bigger market, I evolved into being a matchmaker, and then after a while, like some of you that have been following me for a while will know, I got divorced. I was married. When I started blogging, I was married. I had my son, which was my second child, and I started being a matchmaker. I was called the matchmaking mistress. I remember writing a book then called "What Is Wrong with My Tasting Man." Let me show you guys. If you can still buy it if you're single. What is wrong with my tasting man? Why you have been attracting the wrong ones and how to attract the good ones for you. It's written specifically for women. Yes, it's on Amazon. Yes. Tatiana, all my books are on Amazon. So Becoming a Powerhouse 2 is on Amazon. You can pre-order already before the release date of June 2nd. So I wrote this book then, and then I evolved, so I was a matchmaker. I was doing well, but I went through a divorce at the time. And after a while, I had this nudge that I should evolve into something else. But I could, I remember telling my mentors at the time, they said, no, I wanted to share my story about my divorce at the time, because I shared my story about, all my heartbreaks, abortions, and all the past. You get how I had a child at 19. So then my marriage got broken, and a lot of people online, they followed me because I was married. They were following. I even got a lot of matchmaking clients because I was married. So and then my marriage got broken. So I felt this is how I've started the brand: authenticity, vulnerability. So I felt like I needed to share with my audience so that they know where I was in my life. But at the time, my mentors at the time, my coaches, said, no, you can't do that. You're going to ruin your brand. You cannot do that. Nobody's going to want to come near you again. You will never make money again. You can't do that. You wait till maybe later in life, before you do that. Maybe if you remarry in future, then later you share it. And I knew in my heart that that's not true. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. But because they loved me and they had my best interest, I knew. I knew then, and I still know they had my best interest at heart. So and they've been in this business industry long before me. So I felt they knew what they were saying. So, but in that period, it was 2 years. I remember I felt stuck. I felt dry when I'm doing videos, when I'm making videos, or I'm writing some stuff, articles. I didn't feel like myself. I knew something was missing. I didn't know what next to do. So it wasn't until later, thankfully, that I was able to, when I broke out of that, and that there was a force that pushed me. Lara, no, this is not you. This is not where you're supposed to be. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. And trust me, I just obeyed, and I went to share my story. I wrote a book. I always write books, for my transition. So I wrote this book, which is my life story: how the matchmaker's marriage failed, life lessons on purpose, singlehood, and marriage. You get. So I wrote this book then, and I shared about my life, how, I shared in this book from the day I was born till when my first marriage got broken. So that was then. I knew that I was supposed to be doing something else, but I couldn't do it. What was happening so I felt stuck, I felt dry, I felt unhappy, I felt depressed. What was happening to me at the time was that there was time for an identity shift. It was a time for transition. It was a time to do something new, but I didn't know how, or I couldn't do it because of fear, shame, and of course advice, that some of my mentors gave me at the time. So this is to tell you that, yes, your mentors may mean well, but they may lead you astray. Even though they love you, they mean well, they are not doing it intentionally. That's why you have to rely more on your own inner voice. It is very, very important. You have to rely more on your inner voice, because sometimes your mentors, your leaders, your coaches, they may not understand your purpose, your goal in life, and they may think that was not what is right for you to do. So that might help you, that might make you feel stuck. I just thought to drop that in. So sometimes being stuck is not a failure. It's just a moment for transition. It's for an identity shift. Sometimes the pressure of past success, and achievements can make you feel stuck. Past achievements sometimes can create invisible walls. You just feel, oh, I've done this, I've done that. Your brand, your reputation, your old identity no longer feels what you are doing. Just same thing. It's close to what I just mentioned now. What the story I just shared. This is what you have achieved in the past. This is what people know you to be. This is what they pay you for. This is what has helped you. This is what has brought you to where you are now. and so because of that, but you know in your heart that it is time to move despite all of these things. And if you're just joining me or following me, you must have heard that I used to be a cognitive behavioral therapist, that I focused only on healing, you understand, healing therapy and all of that. But now I have transitioned into strategy and systems for businesses. I still do, we still do therapy in our company. Someone said, Coach, the sound is low. Oh wow, Ebenezer on YouTube. Is that true? Cecilia, on YouTube, can you guys hear me? Is the sound really low? Let me know, please. I think it's because the phone is really far away from me. Let me know on YouTube. Is the sound low? Do I need to speak louder, or I want to confirm if it's just Ebenezer TV's phone, or But Instagram, can you guys hear me clearly? Please let me know before I continue. Can you guys hear me clearly? Cecilia says, no, on my end is very good. Okay, thank you. So Ebenezer TV, that means it's your device. Okay, Jennifer Daniel says, I can hear you. Thank you, Jennifer. So you may need to log out and probably log in again. Okay, Ti says perfectly. Olufunke Olushola says perfectly. Damilola says, yes, ma. Della Isom, Delight Some says, yes, I can hear you clearly. Olufunke, thank you. Thank you, Destiny. Thank you, everybody. So thank you, Steve. So sometimes the reason why you feel stuck is that your old identity no longer feels who you are becoming. It no longer fits. Yes, that has helped you. It has brought you to where you are. But it cannot take you to the next level. There is always a next level, no matter what you have achieved. No matter what you have achieved, no matter what you have created, no matter what you have built, there is always a next level. There's always a next level in life. Always. So when it's time for that next level, your spirit will nudge you, your soul, something will tell you, but you may be confused because how do I move from this? How should I leave this? Should I leave this job? Should I go to another thing? So that can help, that can make you feel stuck. You get, So sometimes also the reason why you can feel stuck is that you have outgrown your old motivation. Especially when you are young, when you are older, when you are getting older. Sometimes I remember also, if you had asked me 10 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe 10 to 6 or 7 years ago, if you had asked me that, well, what is your motivation, Coach Lara, to keep posting, to keep doing this? Back then, my motivation was, I had 2 kids. I'm a single mom at that time. I was a single mom. I needed to take care of them. I needed to create money. You understand? I needed to pay rent. I needed to keep the lights on. I needed to, just make money so that my kids don't go hungry. That was my motivation back then. But now, no longer, because we are past that level. We're no longer hungry. We're doing well. My motivation has changed. So sometimes when your motivation changes, your life is supposed to change. It's supposed to reflect in your result. It's supposed to reflect in your career. It's supposed to reflect in your business. It's supposed to reflect in how you show up. So, but because it's not reflecting, or you don't know how to do it, you feel stuck. You feel small on the inside. You just feel as if there's no, Steve, your next level will always require a new you. Yeah. It will always, you would sometimes, if you don't evolve with your next level, a lot of things will go wrong. People will start complaining, you will start feeling sad, you start feeling depressed. That is some of the reasons that one of the reasons that causes the depression is because you are supposed to evolve, but you are on one spot. Or they have put you in a new space. Maybe they have promoted you at work, or they've given you a new task, or your business now has more clients, or you are doing something bigger, but you on the inside have not evolved. It's going to cause trouble. Cecilia says, to be honest, I never looked, that's on YouTube. Cecilia said, I never looked at it this way. You really set me free today, Coach. Thank you. You're welcome, Cecilia. So sometimes being stuck is not a bad thing. It's just a signal. It's a sign that you should pay attention to. Maybe, I'm supposed to start something new. Maybe I'm supposed to leave what I'm doing. Maybe I'm supposed to move. Sometimes you're supposed to relocate. You get, but you are not. So you are stuck there. Sometimes you're supposed to leave a relationship. That is it. That's the reason why you're feeling this way. You're supposed to leave a relationship, but you're like, no, where will I start again? Who will this? No. And then you stay there. Before you know it, you're going to start feeling depressed. You're going to start feeling stuck. You understand? So sometimes you have outgrown your old motivation. Your soul wants deeper. Your soul wants deeper. But you don't know that that's what's happening. You just feel, but this is, you lose taste for the things that you normally do. Your soul is craving for more. Your soul will lose taste for the kind of friends that you have. People need to learn. You need to be sensitive to seasons in your life. You need to be sensitive. Sometimes you're supposed to leave an area, so that's why you're feeling stuck, but you don't know, because you're not obeying your inner voice. But you need to learn how to be sensitive to your inner voice. Then sometimes the reason why you're feeling stuck is your life audit. You are auditing your life. There's an age, especially I know for women, when you start getting to 40. I don't know for men. I don't know the age for men, but I know that when women get to 40, a lot of things change. They start thinking, they start auditing. Am I really happy? Does this job make me happy? Does this business make me happy? Does this marriage make me happy? Does this environment make me happy? Does this house make me happy? The life I'm living, is it a great life? Women go through a lot of this from age 40, sometimes from 39, 38, from some people it's 41, 42, 43. Women go through this. I know that men too, I don't know, I'm sure in their 40s too, but women from age 40, you understand? So that's why you may feel stuck, because you are doing life audit. You are asking yourself, am I really building my true self? Am I really living the life that I truly want, or I'm just replaying my old scripts? Or because the reason why it happens to women a lot is that at that age is that sometimes women want to get married at 25, 28, 30. All you are thinking about that then is, I want to get married. After a while, I want to have kids. Then you have kids. I want to make money. Then you start making money. Maybe not a lot, but you start making reasonable money. So marriage is no longer your motivation. Children are no longer your motivation. Then you now start thinking, what's next? What's next for me? So it's usually at age 40, that happens to women a lot. But I think men, it should be older than that, maybe 45, 50. I think that age grade for men, that's when they start doing life audits, and then they start asking questions. So also, these are some of the reasons why you feel stuck. Your subconscious mind is whispering to you. It's talking to you, but you're not doing anything about it. And your subconscious does not respond to age. It responds to programming. So, for instance, you started to think, I want to make $1 billion. I want to be a general manager at age 45. I want to be, what else? I want to make millions in my business monthly. I want to serve this kind of people. I want to be a governor. You have those big dreams. But if your subconscious is sabotaging you, you will not be able to achieve those dreams. So you have those dreams, but your subconscious is stopping you. Your subconscious mind is stopping you. And then you keep repeating the old cycles. This is not what I want, but this is what you keep getting. It shows that it's time for you to make a change. This is not what I want, but this is what you keep getting. You keep repeating, old cycles that no longer serve you. Some people even, they go to a new environment. Some people relocate. It has happened to me before. I left Lagos, I went to Abuja in Nigeria, and same thing. I was so unhappy. I was depressed. I had to come back. I spent 2 years. I had to come back to Lagos. Why? Because sometimes even moving or relocating or going to somewhere new will not change anything for you. Why? Because your subconscious is trapped. Your subconscious is wired to give you a certain type of result, probably because of how you were raised, probably because of the trauma that you've been through in your life. Your subconscious mind, will make sure you keep getting those type of results that does not pay you. Those type of results that are holding you down. Every time your business keeps failing, every time they keep sacking you at work, every time you keep getting duped. Do you know this is a thing? And it's not spiritual, it's psychological. Every time you keep losing money, you want to invest, they keep duping you. It's your subconscious mind that is repeating a script for you. So your subconscious beliefs can keep you stuck. It can make you feel you want to be a governor, but you don't know how. Subconsciously you feel stuck. And there are questions or statements that we make that lets you know that something is wrong subconsciously. I should have made it by now. By now I should have made it. This statement can keep you stuck. You've not made it. Okay, so keep working on it. But if you sit down and you keep I should have made it, I'm 45, I'm 52, I'm 43, you will be stuck. Yes, you can say I should have made it by now, but I have not made it. Why have I not made it? Then what can I do to make it instead of staying? Some people are like that. They now start getting depressed. They start beating themselves up. If I had invested then, if I had left that job, if I had left that marriage, if I had left that relationship, and then they get stuck. That mindset will keep you stuck. You get? Another one is I don't want to start over again. Oh my God. I pity a lot of people who are like this. There's a lot of people, women are the ones that are like this the most. I don't want to start again. I will now leave this job. I will now start writing, doing interviews. And they will now start asking me, and so, what if you are starting a better life? I don't want to leave this relationship. Then they will now start asking me, what's your best color? What's your best cloth? Do you want to go on a date? What if that's the beginning of the best years of your life? You should be open to adventure. You should be open to starting over. There are some things that you are currently doing. You should demolish them and start over. I always say there's a lady, an intimacy coach, I think, Esther Perel. She said some of us will be married 3 or 4 times to the same person. Do you know what that means? It means that you are not breaking up, but there are times. I remember a friend of mine, a guy who told me that he and his wife, they broke up. They broke up inside the marriage. Nobody left, but both of them realized that this marriage is not working. So let us start it again. Sometimes you have to start something again. Sometimes you have to start something new. Sometimes you have to restart your life. Why? Because what you do, what you have done till now does not make sense. It's not working. And the moment you can be honest enough to tell yourself this, the sooner your life will start getting better. Instead of staying there, no, you are flogging a dead horse. It's dead. Bury it. That horse is dead. Go and bury it. But no, I started this business when I was 12. It's a family business. Why must it be on my head? The business has run its course. It's time to start something new. The job has run its course. It's time to go somewhere else. But no, some people will say it's too late to change. I'm already 50. Says who? In fact, most of the clients I have now, they're in their 50s. I love it. I love it. Women who they're like, how do I post on Instagram? I'll tell them, Google it, or this is how. They are learning new things. It's never too late to change. My byword or payoff before now was, it's never too late to start over. It's the truth. It's never too late. Don't think, I'm too old. Says who? I'm 60, and so you can start again. I'm already 45. Where will I start from? From the top, or from the beginning, rather. That's where you start from. This is all I've known. This business, this or this career, this job, this is all I've known. Where will I start from, Coach Lara? Go take another course. Go take a course. Start your life again, or else you continue to feel stuck. You continue to stay, on the same space. And then another statement that people say is, people expect me to. What will people say? Whether you do or you don't do, people will always say. What will people say? They will always say. If you are too considerate about what people say, but you ignore what your heart is saying, what your own soul is saying, then you are a slave to people's opinion. You are a slave to people's opinion. What will people say? What about your own life? So that's why you feel stuck, because you can't start afresh. You can't do something new. You can't leave something, because what would people say? What's your business with people? People that they are still trying to live their own life, that they are also failing. I've always told you guys, if you've been following me for a while, people are fickle. Same people that will tell you Hosanna today, they will tell you crucify him tomorrow. That's people for you. That's people. And I don't care if they are your parents or your spouse or your children or your siblings or your family member. That is people. So if you know that this is what you want and you know what you are doing, stick to it. Because people will always say, when that thing that you stick to, when it turns out nice, these same people, they will clap for you. If it fails, they will mock you. It's okay. Then you try something else. Life is trial and error, just so you know. Everybody that you think they are doing well today, they didn't have the manual. They tried, and then it worked. They have failed in a lot of things. I can tell you for one, I have failed a lot. I have had companies that I've had to shut down. I have lost money. I have left jobs. I left a job. I remember leaving one job because I thought I wasn't, well, not that I thought, I wasn't being treated right, but I was too upset. I didn't even plan my exit. I just left on that day. I suffered for more than 2-3 years after that. Yes, people will mock you. Okay, they mocked me, but look at me today now. Such is life. You win some, you lose some. You pass or you learn. Such is life. Don't stay too much on your failure. Don't do that. There's better in front. So don't get stuck on one level. Then some people cannot admit that they are lost, that they don't know what they are doing anymore. Maybe they used to know it, maybe they used to get it, but you don't know it anymore. You're no longer get it. You need to be able to admit. Good night, darling. You need to be able to admit that this thing is done. I need to go and learn more. I used to know a lot then, but now those people, my clients, have caught up to me. I need to go and get more certifications, or I need to hire people with better expertise. You need to be able to admit to yourself. If you can't tell yourself the truth, then why are you here? What are you doing? You continue to be in denial. You continue to be stuck. There's sometimes people are suppressing. There's emotional suppression. People are suppressing. They're suppressing pain. They're suppressing anger. They're suppressing resentment, especially women. Women do this a lot. A lot of married women, they are resentful. I still had a conversation with someone about that today. They are very resentful. A lot of married women. So if you don't process those emotions, if you don't resolve those emotions, they would always hunt you down. Some people have gone through heartbreaks, divorce, but they are suppressing it with work. You are going to feel stuck. No matter what you do, it will block clarity. You won't be able to be clear because your focus will be on that pain. So the danger of feeling stuck, and constant doing things without alignment. Number one is productivity without alignment leads to burnout. You will burn out soon. If you're not aligned with the new place that you're supposed to be, you're not aligned with your next level, you will burn out soon. You burn out. So sometimes it's not like you are lazy or you are unmotivated. You are just exhausted because work, let me read my note. Work is no longer rooted in purpose, just performance. That could be the reason. You are not lazy. You are not even unmotivated. It's just that you are exhausted because your work is no longer rooted in purpose. It is now just performance. Purpose has changed. Purpose has shifted. Purpose needs to move, but you are still there. You're going to feel stuck. All you are doing now is performance. You're just performing. And this could be in any area of your life. It could be your work. I remember there was when I was in a group in church years back, I realized that I stopped. It was good in the beginning. It was good. It was, feeding my soul. Then after a while, I just wasn't fed anymore. Ministration turned into performance. Sometimes it's time to move. Sometimes it's time to stop doing something else. Because everybody knows you there does not mean that you are supposed to die there. Because everybody knows that this is what you are doing does not mean that that is what you should die doing. You can change, you can evolve, you can do something new, you can go somewhere new. So also, if you are always busy, this can be a trauma response. Being busy is often a trauma response. Some people keep moving just to avoid the discomfort of stillness. A lot of people are like this. They cannot stand themselves. They cannot be still. They can't. They can't be quiet. They can't be by themselves. They must be listening to something. It's either they are watching something or they are listening to something. Sometimes be quiet. I listen to a lot of things too during the day, a lot of edifying stuff. But in the mornings and at night, I'm quiet. No, I'm not playing anything. Be quiet. Listen to your thoughts. Listen to your soul. If you're a Christian, sometimes you need to be quiet for the Holy Spirit to speak to you. Listen. You understand? So if you're always busy, you're always doing something, it shows that this could be a trauma response, If you want to be realigned, if you're looking for realignment, you need to be still. If you want healing, you need to be still. If you want redirection, you want revelation, you need to be still. You need to listen to yourself. You need to be quiet. That's why sometimes when people go on retreat or vacation, it helps them a lot. Because you're still, you're quiet, you're just by yourself in a hotel room or by the water, you're not really talking much or doing a lot of things. A lot of things will come to you. My best ideas come to me when I'm still, when I'm quiet, when I'm meditating. I do it every morning. Some of the things I'm doing now came from there. It came from those times. So stop being busy. You have to have something doing all the time. No. Yeah, Tatiana says that's true, coach. You need, if you're always busy, that's one of the things I changed so fast in my life this year. Every time I'm having session, no, I don't want that life. Yes, I want to be helping people, but I need to have time for myself. I need to have time for my life. If you're always busy, especially as an entrepreneur, you have gotten yourself a job, not a business. Because entrepreneuring should give you freedom of time, freedom of money. If you only have money, you don't have time, you are not living the life. You are doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. You should have money and you should have time if you're an entrepreneur. So stop being afraid of stillness, of quietness, of the dark. Stop it. You know, I was telling one of my clients recently, I told her, she said, coach, you're so right. I'm always listening to something. I can't afford to be by myself. If I'm driving, I'm listening. If I'm home, I'm watching. If I'm even washing plates. So I said, sometimes be quiet. Listen to yourself. Listen to your thoughts. Listen to ideas that are dropping inside you. Listen to your soul. All right? Sometimes the reason why you feel stuck is that you are running someone else's race. It's not your race. It's not your race. You are following someone else's script. Maybe your parents, maybe your husband, maybe your wife, maybe your siblings, maybe your children, or your leader. Because I also realized that sometimes some people get stuck to lead, to mentors. This is my mentor. This is what my mentor is doing. It was making sense at the time. Your purpose was aligned, to it at some time. But after a while, it stopped aligning. You need to do something different. So if you cannot live and do something different, then you are no longer running your own race. You are running your mentor's race. You're running your leader's race. You're running your pastor's race. You're running your parents' race or your friend's race. You can't do that to yourself. That could be, why you're stuck. Sometimes we chase goals that are never ours. It's not my goal to do this. It's probably the goal of your parents. It's the goal of your husband or your wife. It's the goal of your siblings. It's the goal of your pastor. It's the goal of your mentor, your leader. It's not your goal. Stop chasing what is not yours. Sometimes, you are chasing your life decisions are being influenced by societal expectations. Yeah, Destiny says that's true. That's very true. Your life goals are influenced by societal expectations. I remember when I was talking to one of my coaches years ago, because of this industry, we're coaches, we're therapists and all of that. And then he was saying there's one person that is like our mentor. He should have done this. He should have done this in the industry. He should have a program like this. I'm like, why? Says who? What if that's not his goal? He's like, no. I said, if that is your goal, then go do it. Stop projecting your own goal on other people. Who told you that's his goal? What if he does? And people need to know this. See, if you need to know this. Stop advising people, first of all, when they don't ask you for advice. Stop it. Nigerians or Africans, we're like that. It's called telling in coaching. We say coaches don't tell, they ask. Coaches ask questions, they don't tell. You don't tell people what to do. Are you their parents? Stop advising people. Stop giving unsolicited advice when they did not ask you. If they ask you, then give it. You understand? If they don't ask you, keep short. Keep quiet. Leave people alone. Yes, they're about to make mistakes. It's okay. Let them make their own mistakes and let them learn from it. Stop trying to fix people or control you. That means you're a control freak. You don't know. You think you mean well. You do mean well, but you're a control freak. You want to control their process. You want to control what they wear. You want to control what they do. You want to control what... No. This is where they should follow. Says who? 1 + 9 is 10. 2 + 8 is 10. 4 + 6 is 10. 5 + 5 is 10. 9 + 1 is 10. 7 + 3 is 10. 5 + 5 is 10. It is still 10. The person is going to 10. But you followed 3 + 7. The person wants to follow 6 + 4. No! Why? Don't do that. Stop trying to control people. I don't care if they're your children or they're your siblings. Leave them. Let them choose their path. Yes, it may not be the path that you want, but leave them alone. A lot of times, people, they will still end where they want to end. This is my own life story, my life journey. I remember when I wanted to go and share my story then, one of my mentors were like, no, you don't do that. That's not how it's done. I said, but this is what I feel the Holy Spirit is leading me to do. This is what I hear my spirit tell me to do. He's like, no, this is not the process. Of course, me, I still did what I'm supposed to do or what I want to do. And look at where I am. He still sent me a message last year. I'm so proud of you. You know, I know you don't use orthodox, was it orthodox? No, predictable methods. I just smiled. Because you didn't create me. You cannot know people's journey. You can't know people's way. Because you followed this way does not mean that's the way everybody must follow. Don't do that. Don't be a control freak, you know. And then family pressure or former seasons of our lives can make us get stuck. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what they know me to do. Yes, I'm a pastor, so this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Why can't your own pastor be different? Why can't your own ministry or ministration be different? Why must you follow what everybody's doing? Because that's what is expected. Says who? You know, I always tell my staff and everybody that knows me, my friend, this is how it is done. I hate that line a lot. This is how it's done. Says who? By who? Who brought that? Who said so? Because the person that created it, I can also create my own. I'm an ancestor to myself as I am like this. I am the beginning of another lineage. I can create my own rules. Who says that? Okay, so the person discovered that this is how it is. Okay, I can also discover new methods and new ways, and we still arrive at the same destination. So don't get stuck by societal expectation. This is how it's supposed to be. This is what they're supposed to do. This says who? If it's a human being, as long as it's not God. If it is God, of course, you know, God knows best. You follow God's rules. But as long as it's a law made by a human being, it can be remade. It can be adjusted. It can be recreated by anybody else. It was a discovery back then. I can also make a new discovery. I can start a different path. I can be a pace setter. Everybody that you know, that you admire, that you love, they are pace setters. They were rebels. In the school, whenever I do the School of Identity, I have a video that I usually talk. I say rebellion. What's the title of that thing I always say? But I can't remember exactly. But what it means is that rebellion is a tool. I think, yeah, that's it. It's a good tool for identity. Sometimes you have to rebel against the system, against the norm. Yeah. That's how you create your own path. That's how you create, that's how people that you know today, pastors that you like, that you follow, you know, business people, role models that you like, they rebelled against the system. They rebelled against the norm. Somebody started anointing oil. They were abusing him back then. What is that? Idolization. What is the... Now everybody uses anointing oil. That is a pace setter. That's a trailblazer. Somebody started early morning prayer. There's nothing they did not say about that man. Today, every church has it. That's a pace setter. That's a trailblazer. Some people, they do their own church on Saturday. That's their own path. That's their own way. You cannot judge them and say, well, who are you to judge them? Are you their God? So same thing, some businesses, some ideas, some discoveries, you know, you can start your own. You can change what is already done. You can change it. But no, this is how it is. This is how it has been done. What? No, they know in my office. You can't tell me that. This is how it has been done. Then we are doing our own newly. We are starting our own. We are doing our own differently. That's how to evolve in life. That's how to, you know, innovate. Yes. Victorious Coin on YouTube says, yes, we are change makers. Absolutely. If you don't know how to question the norm, you know, you cannot innovate. You can't build new. You can't start new. You can't make new discoveries. If you are always stuck to one way of doing stuff, you won't be able to innovate. You get. So, how do you start moving forward in this new life so that you can unstuck? You can start feeling unstuck. Number one, redefine what growth means to you. What does growth means to you now? For some people, growth means rest. For me this year, ask my staff members, I want to rest. I want to start taking less sessions but making more money. Meaning that's what I teach in 10x. When you want to 10x your income or your life, you do less but you make more money. You have less clients but you make more money. You have more premium clients, but you make more money. So rest, that could be what growth is to you. Clarity could be what growth is to you. Internal healing could be what growth means to you. Starting over could be what growth means to you. What does growth means to you now? Leaving what you are doing and starting something new, pivoting, leaving a place, that could be what growth means to you. Okay, TI says growth for me now is to invest in myself, but it's really expensive. Expensive is relative, TI. Expensive is relative. You can't afford it for now. What can you give to get what you want? There's every level you need. There's something new. There's something affordable for every level. Maybe you want to, for instance, let's say you want to invest in yourself. Probably you want to book me. To have a 90-minute session with me is 500,000. That's $357 or $358. Somebody might say, oh, that's expensive. I can't afford that for now. But I do live videos. I do master classes sometimes that are cheaper than that. Group master classes. You understand? I have lots of videos that you can watch. You get what I'm trying to say? There are videos on YouTube, on Instagram. So don't say it's expensive. You cannot afford it for now. Then I'm coming, Larry Waju Kunuga. What do I need to give to be able to get what I want? Olanrewaju Okunuga says, growth for me is moving forward to the next level. Good. But you have to be specific, Olanrewaju. What is the next level? You understand? Except you already know what you're talking about. But you need to be specific. Official Chubi Mill says, growth in self is not expensive. You don't finish them. Now you never get time. All you need is self-evaluation. No, but she's talking about money. You can leverage on YouTube. Absolutely. And then sometimes you save up. I've shared the story of one of the clients I had years ago. For 1 year, she said she couldn't afford to sign up for one of my programs. She put what do you call that thing, notification on my Instagram. She said, I devoured all your Instagram posts. I'm usually the first to see anything you post. I'm the first to see it. I always used to see her likes back then. You understand? YouTube, she's there. She said, and because of what the free things I was listening to, before you know it, she started at church. She got another job, a better job. 1 year after, she could afford me. That is it. Sometimes to be able to get more money, to do something, to invest in yourself or do something, you need to start something, maybe a side hustle. What do you need to give to be able to get what you want? I don't want to go into that today because every level of your life, you can afford it. But you are not looking inward. I'll talk about it some other time. I talk about it a lot. I talk about that a lot at 10x is easier than 2x. Then number 2 is give yourself permission to evolve. Allow yourself to desire new things. Don't stay on, TI says, I said so because I'm currently doing a course this year and it's expensive. You're already doing it. So why are you saying it's expensive? That's a mindset, a belief system that you need to kill. The more you keep saying it's expensive, the more you will not be able to afford it. It's not expensive. It is where you are in your life right now. And you need to catch up to it. And it starts from the mind. If you start believing, oh, this thing is too expensive, it's too much, it's a lot, you won't be able to afford it. There's something called the law of attraction. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. It's not expensive. So if you keep thinking it's expensive, let me tell you what will happen. You have shut down ways on how to get money to pay for it. But when you say, this thing, yes, it's a lot of money. But how can I get it done? How can I pay for it? That's different. Expensive means that you don't see the value in what you are getting. It's a course. What will you get if you see what you are getting? It's not expensive. Some people pay a lot of money. You pay money, lots of money, to be a doctor, to go to medical school. You understand? People pay money to do law school. You understand? People pay money to write certification courses, to be a therapist. I know how much I paid. I paid through my nose. All the courses I've done. But you don't say it's expensive, because it shuts down your mind to how can I make money? How can I pay for this thing? It's not expensive. Expensive is relative. Yeah, it's some money right now. The next question should be, okay, so what can I do to be able to afford this? Instead of shutting out your mind, it's expensive. That's it. You keep seeing it as expensive. It will continue to be expensive to you. Yeah, official Chubi Mill says, Coach, I think you need to talk more on mindsets. Most of us need reorientation. Absolutely. That is where the real work is, your mindset. That's why I help you create a mind shift. If you don't have a correct mindset, you'll not be able to attain great things. You'll not be able to achieve great big things. If you keep thinking, oh, some things are too expensive, they are not meant for people like us, you understand, they're not meant for people like me. In Yoruba they'll say our time belong. Nothing like that. You are created in God's image. He told you to go and have dominion. You have been wired for this life, to be on top. But you are the one playing small. Why? Because you have been programmed to be small. Your environment is small. I did a video some days ago and I said, being born in Africa can be a disadvantage, in quotes. Why? Because you are born into lack. You are born into not enough. So that, before you know it, that becomes your mindset. That becomes your identity. So anything, it's too expensive. I can't do this. How much safe? You get, and then you start playing small, and you remain small, and you continue to be small. That's not what life should be. You need to reprogram yourself. You can book for my strategy course, you understand? Or sign up. The School of the Mind is coming soon. Yes. It's starting on June 30th. Yes. We're going to start marketing it very soon. School of the Mind. Please sign up for it. It's going to rewire you. There's something called the law of attraction. What you think about is what you keep attracting to you. If you keep thinking, this is a lot, this is too much, I can't deal with this is too overwhelming, you will begin to attract most of those things. But if you keep thinking, I'm wired for this, I can do this. It may look daunting, but I'm capable. I'm bigger than this problem. This money, I must get it. I will get it. Destiny says, you are right, ma. Being born in Nigeria can be a disadvantage, and it takes a lot to come out of it. Absolutely. So you have to reprogram yourself. That's why I said earlier that the subconscious mind does not respect your age, does not respect your location. It answers to programming. So if you were raised in a home where lack was evident, you went to school where they were sending you out from school a lot, you couldn't afford to pay school fees, people around you, you were seeing, that is what you would just become like that. And your life will reflect that. Your result will reflect that. You can't continue your life like that. Please attend the School of the Mind. You can, okay. Cecilia says, how much is the School of the Mind? Right now, there's private School of the Mind, there's public. The general School of the Mind will start on June 30th. General meaning that there are other people that will sign up, and every Sunday you guys get to meet. You get videos on Mondays, you submit assignments on Saturdays. I don't know how much that is yet. But the private one is 1 million naira. Ronke, can you help me check how much is it in dollars? It should be around $600 or $700, something like that. So give yourself permission to evolve, pivot your mission and dream again. Dream again without guilt. Dream again without guilt. Dream again. You know, sometimes some people have reached their peak. No. Do something new. Start something new. That's why I love one of the things, something that TFD, Tara Fela Durotoye, did recently. I was blown away. I'm like, man, this woman is living my dream life. I can't wait. Okay, $627. Thank you, official Chubby Mills. I can't wait to get here. You know, she has run House of Tara for I think 27 years now. Now she just appointed a new CEO, you know, and she has stepped down. She said she's doing something new, new life, new dreams, new things. I was like, what? I can't wait to get there. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. So don't ever think, oh, now because I have one company. What stops you from having 3? What stops you from having 5? What stops you from doing something new, from going into another industry, another sector totally? What stops you? Nothing. So dream new dreams. Allow yourself to evolve. And stop all these things that you have grown up with. Oh, I'm not a business person. Says who? People say that a lot. I'm not a business person. I'm not it. I have said so many things about myself. I realize that it's not true. It's because I didn't have the right enablement, the right environment. Oh, I'm not a leader. It's not true. All of us can lead. What is leadership? If you can influence somebody to do you can influence another person to do something, you're a leader. You know me, I don't like to lead. I like to stay at the back. It's trauma. You know. Number 3, how to start moving forward. Reconnect with your internal authority. You've given away your clients to your parents, to your clients. You understand? I realized this happened to me some time ago. I was a slave to my clients. They would tell, no, I don't like this. I want this one. No. Coach, I can't do this. And I'm like, no, I can't. This cannot work. I started putting structure, started putting systems. These are the rules. This is our way. If you cannot abide by this, then maybe you can go to another coach or another company. So you've given your power away, your internal authority. You've given it because you know they're paying you money. Your clients, they're have to. Customer is always right. Customer is king. Customer can also lead you astray if you don't have proper system in place. If you don't have proper system in place, customer can lead you astray. You get what I mean? You know, so sometimes you've given away your power to past achievements, you know, to external voices. You know, some people, they are the ones controlling you. This is what you are supposed to be doing now. You say, yes, sir, it's true, you are right. This is what, meanwhile, a lot of times when people tell you this is what you're supposed to be doing now, that's what they desire for themselves. It may not be what you desire, and it's okay to acknowledge that. It may not be your desire. Maybe you don't want to be a CEO. Maybe you're not ready to run any business now. You just want to be doing your 9 to 5 and be cool. But they say, no, you must start a business. So you now start a business and you don't have motivation to do it. Take it back. Take your power back. Take your power back. Reconnect with your internal self, your internal authority. What do I really want? What kind of job do I really want to do? What kind of life do I really want to live? You need to take your power back. You know. Number 4, align your goals with your soul. Align your goals with your soul. Make sure your goals align with your soul. Make sure your goals give you joy. Make sure your goals energize you. When you think of your goals, you have energy for it. That is, you're on the right track. If you're happy about it, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. But you have goals that you don't feel motivated to do. You don't feel excited about it. then you have to realign. What feels aligned with who I'm becoming now? There are goals that have expired 5 years ago. I have them. You understand? I had to, there was a place I was last year, 2 years ago. I'm no longer there now. Goals have evolved. They have changed. In fact, there were some goals I set by January this year, and I've cancelled them. They are no longer aligning with who I am in May. So make sure your goals align with who you are now or who you are becoming, instead of your past, instead of where you used to be. Because this is what you have done every year for 20 years does not mean you should continue to do it. I remember reading about a group of company where they have made money from selling, is it paper mills? I need to remember this story. For 100 years. And then somebody came and said, let's sell this thing and go into something new, because this is where I think they were like, no, this is what we have done for 100 years. And thankfully he sold it. And now they are, I need to, anyway, next live video, I'll have that complete story. They are big in another industry. You have to be visionary. You have to be able to dream new dreams. You have to be able to, have new goals that align with who you are, currently now. So the questions you need to start asking yourself: what do I need to let go to be able to move forward? What do I need to let go? Those were when I wanted to transition into this mind and strategy coaching, I had to let go of a lot of things. I used to do before, some products, some services I used to, offer. We had to let go of them. We don't do, some of those things anymore. Why? Because new goals, new level. You have to let go of your comfort zone if you want to go to someplace higher. You have to let go of your comfort zone. So ask yourself, what do you need to let go? Can somebody share? Does somebody want to share with me? What do you need to let go to be able to move forward? Is somebody bold enough to share? I'm waiting. Who wants to share on Instagram, on YouTube? What do you need to let go to be able to move forward? Anybody? What do you need to let go to be able to move forward? What do you need to let go to be able to reach your desired life or the next level of your life? What do you need to let go to be able to 10x your income? What do you need to let go? Some of you need to let go the small mentality, the victim mentality. They did this to me. They did that to me. They brought me here. They did this. Good. T.I. says, let go of instant gratification. Bam. You need to let go of instant gratification to be able to get to your next level. That's good. Well done, T.I. You need to stop some mindset. Some of you need to let go of some friends. They are no longer serving you. They cannot, take you to the next level of your life. You need to let go. Adebola Mo says procrastinating. Good. You need to stop procrastinating if you want to go to the next level. Some people need to let go of laziness. You are lazy. You procrastinate. You are unmotivated. You need to let go of all of that if you want to get to your next level. So those are the questions you need to ask yourself. What do I need to let go to be able to move to my next level? Number 2, where am I still seeking validation instead of alignment? Where am I still seeking validation instead of alignment? Okay, Destiny says, I need to let go of feeling like I can't achieve something because of my family background. And not feeling the will to push forward of those I need to help. This is powerful. This is powerful. You know, you need to come out of that mentality. Oh, because of my background, I can't do this, I can't. Don't do that. You need to let go of that mindset. Cecilia on YouTube says, I need to let go of my comfort zone. I need to let go of having just enough to wanting more mindset. Yes, I need to let go of listening to other people's opinions, like family and close friends. Absolutely. 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 You need to let go of all of those things. Some people are, you know, they don't know how to push. You need to let go of that. And you may need help with coaching, you know. Send me a DM, book a session with me, sign up for any of my programs to be able to let go of those things. So the next question is, where am I still seeking validation instead of alignment? I want people to validate me. I want people to, meanwhile, it's not aligning with your new goals. I want people to call me number one Kinikon in town. I want to be seen as the number one something something. It's for validation. Why do you want that? Of what reason, of what purpose does that serve? Is it for validation, or is that your new alignment? Where are you seeking validation instead of alignment? If I were you, I would write down these questions, because this can, if you can answer these questions properly, trust me, your life will change for good. Trust me. Where am I still seeking validation instead of alignment? Number 3, what does my next level feel like beyond the money? You understand? What does my next level feel like? What is it? What's that your next level? Beyond the money. Money is good, yes. But there are bigger things than money. There are bigger levels that you need to get to where money will be a byproduct. It will come constantly. You won't need to be chasing it. I saw a quote today that says, the mindset of a billionaire is that they don't chase money. They attract money. They attract it to them. They don't chase it. They create it. So if you're always chasing money, how do I make money? It's money, money, money. You're always how do you make more money now? It's CBEX. Oh yeah. How do we make more money now? Is this one? How do you are just doing everything. You will feel stuck. You will not be aligned. You will not be aligned. You will feel stuck. So what is your next level? What does it feel like for you? Beyond the money. What does it feel like? What do you want to see happen in that next level? For me, one of the things is to have large conferences, programs where I have 500 people in the room, 1,000 people in the room, online, offline, you know, and then online too. That's what my next level feels like to me. What does your next level feel like to you? I want to do tours. That's my next level. Tours to different countries, America, UK, Europe, you know. I want to tour this world. That's what my next level feels like. What does your own feel like for you? Then the next question, what part of me am I hiding because I am afraid to start over? I think Destiny said something like that. You know, what part of me am I hiding because I am afraid to start over? Some of you are hiding great things because you don't want to start over. I don't want to do rebranding. I don't want to, I beg, let me just be doing this thing. You're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck. What part of you are you hiding because you are afraid to start over? Some of you need to go back to school so that you can actually go and get certified or get more knowledge to pursue that purpose that will help you feel truly aligned. You will feel like your real self. Some of you need to get a coach. Some of you need to start attending high ticket courses so that you can open your mindset. Let me tell you, if you feel stuck, and this is what I do anytime I feel stuck or I want to get to a new level, I get a coach or I go for high ticket programs such that I know that the kind of people that are coming there, the things they will say, the kind of people I'm meeting, they're going to they're going to jumpstart my mind. I went for one like that last year. My brain shifted. I've gone for 2 this year like that. My brain shifted. You will not remain the same. Who I was in January is not who I am now. I have moved much more than the person that entered this 2025. So what part of my life am I hiding because I'm afraid to start over? What part? Ask yourself. Write down these questions. Number 1, what do I need to let go of to be able to move forward? Number 2, where am I still seeking validation instead of alignment? Number 3, what does my next level feel like beyond the money? And number 4, what part of me am I hiding because I'm afraid to start over? So some of you, what you need to do is to start reassessing your core values. Your core values, your desires. You have to change them sometimes. I had a goal for the year 2030 that I wrote 2 years ago. I've changed them this year to align with who I have become now. Don't be afraid to change things. Don't be afraid of change. You need to reassess your values and your core desires. Are your desires now still your desires 5 years ago? You need to make space for silence and reflection. See, anybody that lives a noisy life, you will not go far. You will serve the people that can observe quiet. Because those people are the ones that will get revelations, they'll get ideas. But you, because you are jumping to the next bed, you are jumping to the next party, you are just moving in, with the flow in life. You will not really go far. You're going to serve the people that have taken time to observe stillness, to observe, quiet, so that they can get new ideas, so that they can get, something good. Make space, please. Make space to reflect. You have to learn how to reflect. You have to learn how to enjoy stillness, how to enjoy silence. I've told 2 of my clients now, when they wake up every morning, don't check your phone. Get up, sit up, don't sleep, don't lie down, sit up. Put a stopwatch, probably on your phone or anywhere, and put it down. Take it away from you. Put an alarm. I told them to start. I told some of them start with 30 minutes. Some people, somebody told me, coach, I struggled. Oh, yes, you will struggle. For the first 1 week, you will struggle because your mind, your subconscious mind is not used to that. You will struggle. You understand? But as time went on, if you for that lady, she got used to it. She told me, now, coach, I do 1 hour. Coach, and the things I write, the things I hear, the things that comes to my mind, for me, that's the most precious time of my day. 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. I don't joke with it. That's where I hear, that's where I write, that's where I get ideas for the week, for the month, for the year, for my day, for the next quarter. Don't joke with it, please. Don't say, oh, I'm always busy. I'm a busy person. Make time. Make time. You will never get enough time. You have to make time. I'm used to that now. Like, oh, I don't have time. It's not true. There will never be for me, I'm used to it now. 24 hours is because of what I do. But I make time. You create time. Seek coaching, some of you, this is my forte. You can book a strategy session with me for 90 minutes. I will help you declutter your life in those 90 minutes. I will help you break down barriers and help you reach new goals. We'll create new goals, new desires. You know, in 90 minutes, you will be amazed. You'll be in awe of what will come out. So you can book that session with me or join my Powerhouse Mastermind. It's a group, it's a mastermind for our group. We meet once a month, every last Saturday of the month. You know, we read books, we talk every Sunday on a WhatsApp group. We have conversations, we are reading books, you know, for our goals. You know, we read chapter by chapter, different books. And then by the end, the last Saturday of the month, we have a meeting on Zoom, and everybody shares their goal for the next year, for the next month rather. We're like an accountability group. We learn, we grow, we change mindsets together. We create goals for income, for business, for career, even for your relationship with God. If you're interested, if it's part of your goals, we'll help you with that. You know, so if you're interested in that, that is click the link in the bio. I know it's 5 million naira, but I don't know how much the equivalent. Okay, I think it's over 3,800 and something dollars. I think so. But click the link in the bio to see how to work with me. The life will change. Trust me. Trust me. You know. So, and then write down all the bold actions that you need to make. Write them down and start taking one step every week. Let me start with one. You can even do one step, one thing in a month. You understand? You can start with one every week. You can start with one every day. Let me start with this one today. Let me start doing this thing every week. Let me start from this week. Let me start from this month. That's how to change your life. That's how to get unstuck. Instead of always complaining people can complain for Africa. Always complaining. This country, Tinubu, America, Trump has scattered everything. China, oh my God, they are very racist. UK, can everybody know? Everybody has, it doesn't get any easier, trust me. You are the ones that need to change. Things will not change. You are the one that will change. You have to adjust to what you cannot change. And then you have to change what you can change. You have to change what you cannot adjust to. And then you have to adjust to what you cannot change. Can you change President Trump as American president? No. But you have to adjust to him, to his, laws and decrees and all of those things. You have to adjust to it. And stop complaining all the time. This man, the people that employed him, the people that elected him, every day you are complaining. You will never see the good you cannot. One of my coaches said, you can't do two things at a time. You can't continue to complain and then be creative at the same time. It's not possible. You are either complaining or you are creative. So, can you change Tinubu now? Can you? No. You cannot. So what do you need to do? You adjust to him as the president of this country, and then start looking at the bright perspective of this country. Instead of always complaining, always bashing him, always finding fault in his government, you lose out a lot. Can you change it? No, adjust to it. The one that you know that I can never adjust to this thing, change it. I can't adjust to no light in my house. Buy solar. Buy solar panel. Instead of complaining. I know, yes, it's hurtful, it's painful. This is not how it's supposed to be. I know. But what can you do about it? So, ladies and gentlemen, buy my new book. If you know you cannot afford the session, you cannot afford, at least you can be able to afford $15 or 20,000 naira. Buy Becoming a Powerhouse. Some of these things I shared are inside that book. Becoming a Powerhouse is divided into 3, parts. Part 1 is mind shifts. Part 2 is strategies. Part 3 is systems. Some of the things I mentioned now is under mind shift. You understand? You need to get your mindset right first before your strategy can be right, because you can get right strategies, but you cannot scale because you have a terrible mindset, and then if your mindset is right, you have good strategies, you should also be able to create systems that will help those strategies to come to pass, so that you can get results, you can get real results. You need systems that you need to build to be able to scale, to be able, to help those strategies to work. So you can send a DM, you can click the link in the bio, and if you're not in Nigeria, you can pre-order on Amazon. It's coming out on June 2nd, 2025. And when it comes out, it goes to 30,000 naira or $20. So it's better you pre-order now before it goes up. All right? So thank you so much for joining me. If you want to book a session with me, send a DM, click the link in the bio, and we'll take it from there. Thank you everybody for joining me tonight. Thank you. If you're just joining me on Instagram, I don't save my live videos anymore on Instagram. You will go to YouTube. I save them on YouTube now. So go to YouTube on Dear Coach Lara on YouTube and watch what you have missed. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, YouTube. See you next Thursday. I come live on Thursdays every 8:30 p.m. You're welcome. Valentina Osarugo says, thank you so much, Coach. I'm glad I joined. You're welcome. So go join me every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. on YouTube, Dear Coach Lara, and Instagram, Dear Coach Lara. Even though I'm going to be going live a lot with different people very, very soon. Tomorrow, I think I'm going live with someone, Taiwo Anjorin Real Talk, by 8 p.m. to discuss my new book, Becoming a Powerhouse. You are welcome, Adebola Mo. Cecilia says, may God refill you with more wisdom. Amen. In Jesus' name. T.I. says, God bless you, Coach. Amen. See you guys. See you. Thank you. Good night.